It's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. You will see every video game, or you get your money back guaranteed. Join me as we play the games released brand new in November 1982. We were last shooting down Germans, playing Spitfire Ace. Let's see what our next game is. We're next headed to Japan to see the latest arcade game, brand new. This is Springer. Let's go to the arcades. I love going to the arcades. Here's the advertisement flyer for Springer. Not too much to be desired. I don't picture one of the arcade aficionados wanting to buy this. This is by Orca Corporation. This is the 5th game we've seen by Orca. They've done great hits like River Patrol, Funky Bee, Percussor, and Marine Boy. You got to be smoking something special when you play an Orca game or Orca Corporation. Oh, there you go. There's an alternate box for the front. Springer. Oh, nice. So it looks like a cartoon bunny. Going to be jumping from cloud to cloud, and we got giant dinosaurs coming out of eggs. Very well done. And then there's the back of the advertisement flyer. They just break it all down. They tell you what all the enemies are. We have fire, clouds, different dragon types, carrots to pick up for bonus points. Yeah, and it looks like, wait, are we going to kick and punch? And wait a second, the rabbit is posing just like Bugs Bunny. Did they get sued? I never know. There's the arcade cabinet for Springer. And the controls are an 8-way joystick, and you got one button, and we are kicking. We're going to kick in Springer. Use those legs. There's the arcade marquee for Springer, and then an alternate one where that really just looks like Bugs Bunny. I guess they got away with it because it was in Japan first, and maybe they cleaned it up. Did anyone notice the difference between the two arcade marquees in other regions? Did you see Springer like this or like this? Which rabbit did you get? And there's the example of the screenshot. We don't have an instruction manual or operations manual or anything. Let's go to the arcades and play Springer, released at some time in November 1982. This is our 487th arcade game we've played on Chronologically Gaming. And even more. It begins with the attract mode, and oh, I can't block out Springer. Let's switch this up. There we go. Look at that funny guy. That must have been the later one that looked, after it looked too much like Bugs Bunny, they said, we got to change it quick. So the attract mode is going through the game, and it is a platformer. What's amazing to me is it is a mascot platformer. This is like, it feels like the 90s, where we're going to get all these crazy hedgehogs and foxes and all these cutesy animals for platformers, but all we've really seen is Kangaroo as an extra platformer that's like a mascot, and so this is the latest one. There's Springer, the red-eyed bunny or rabbit. I'm not sure exactly what they're going for. All right, let's put a coin in and play some Springer. Ooh. Opening ditty is pretty good. They got some chords playing on the song, and I don't think it's anything public domain. I think they made something up fun. Okay, so first off, right off the bat, Springer moves really slow. This guy is barely moving when you move left and right. When you want to jump, you have to do up on the joystick, just like we did with Kangaroo, because the only button you have is your kick button. So there is no jump button. There is up to jump. So once again, oh, I can't get the carrot. I guess we got to jump to this platform. I see. Okay, so the platforming is meant to be using clouds going from place to place. Oh, we have fire that's coming after us. I don't think I can go down. Oh, I can. I can go down and fall. If you push down through the cloud, you fall through. So if you don't have a platform underneath that'll catch you, it is extreme fall damage. Let's see if we can take this one out. Oh, I made the jump. I can't believe that. So this means if I jump here, okay, so yeah, if there's a platform below you, you can go down when you push down through it, but you got to be careful with that joystick. What if you accidentally push down? It's kind of like when we played Kangaroo. I felt like it was a little bit really tight to do jumps when you had to go up to jump, but now you got to be really careful you don't push down either. So it's both up and jump you got to be careful with. Oh, but the fire. Looks like it's random, and you got to avoid the fire. Well, it's a platform where we're trying to make it to the top, and it's taking a long time. Why does Springer have toothbrushes to pick up? Is this another one of those public service announcements where we have to be brushing our teeth like Tooth Invaders that we played? Oh, see? It's finicky with that up for the jump. And yeah, the rabbit mascot, the original one looked more like Bugs Bunny. Let's go in again. And this one that you're playing in the game, he does look like he's smoking something. Look at his red eyes. And what is he focusing on? Oh, see, gosh. Not as bad, though. I wouldn't call it as bad of a jump mechanic as it was in Kangaroo. It's about the same when you think of all the other platformers. All right, let's get up there fast before the fire shows up. Quick, pick up cookies, mushrooms, all of it. I want it all. So if you look at the top left, it's breaking down. Ooh, we made it. And then he hops around the sun. Wow, great ditty, though. For the arcade, it's okay. I'm thinking more of the games or the sound and music we've heard on home computers, because to tell you the truth, this one isn't as impressive when you look at all the platformers thus far, because on home computers they have games like Miner 2049er. That one is killing it. Oh no! Poor Springer can't make a long jump. And here he looks nothing like Bugs Bunny. they changed up the way the character looks in the game. All right, so hopping, when you hop at an angle, you get a lot more movement, but it still takes a while to get used to. Can we do this one? Nice, we can, and then I can hop to this one. So the game's keeping track, and you can, yeah, if you have a really good path, like you did in Miner 2049er to the top, then go for it. But Miner 2049er had the painting mechanic. You know, you had to touch all of the platform before you moved to the next level. This one is just make it to the top. Find the best pattern you can, and then go. If you want to stay around and collect points, you can, but you don't have to. Which I like. Yeah, what is everything on the screen? Manly's pointing out chocolate, eggs, and strawberries. Is it like Easter themed? Is this the first Easter themed video game? Oh, see, right there, I accidentally pushed down and it brought me through the cloud. So it honestly feels like some of the platformers aren't holding you, but it makes sense because they're clouds. Let's put another coin in with my magic coin slot. There we go, and then let's do it. It's still having fun. The music is very lively. And there is no continue feature. Notice that whenever I started, I'm back at level 1. Oh wait, level 1 round 2. So maybe it did. No, it's the same one. I'm starting at the beginning. And let's just get to the top. Go, go, go. Do it, Springer. Go. Forget the bonus points. Just go for it. And then keep the high score at the very top. Sweet. So this one is what we would refer to as an arcade platformer on Chronologically Gaming. Made famous by Donkey Kong. In other words, you're on one screen and you're jumping around, having fun. You are not on a fixed platformer, which we kind of get the idea from Space Panic, where it's all on one screen and it's platforming, but there's no jumping. Just like we saw with... Oh, can't make that one? Okay, maybe try it the second time. Wait, what is this? Is that a bong that's falling down from the top? What is that? I knew it. I knew there was some drugs involved. Well, it is 1982, so there might be drugs involved with more video games than you think. And so this one is the 63rd arcade platformer we've seen so far on Chronologically Gaming. Everywhere. Here in the arcades, this is the 13th arcade platformer. Oh, gosh, that's tough. The really, really good ones are Donkey Kong Jr. in the arcade, Crazy Kong 1 and 2. We saw Chaos 2. Oh, we can put it in again. Go. The Adventures of Mr. F. Lee had an arcade platformer section. And then I already mentioned Kangaroo. Popeye is also out there. Cubert. Dazzler has a mode that's like this too. And Ponpoco is another pretty good one. And I don't think I mentioned this when we played Ponpoco. Ponpoco had the very first video game with a theme song. So if you want a video... Oh, it expires when you get to the top. So they have a variation of platformers, but to be honest, I feel like this could have been done on a computer because of some of the platformers we've seen. It would have taken a very, very skilled developer, but here in the arcades, it's all right, but to tell you the truth, I feel like Kangaroo has something more going for it. I can't drop through now, watch. I have to, oh gosh. Yeah, it looks like you have to take the left path to make it through. Yes, and Chiptune's here. I don't know, maybe that's how we get through the level. It's not reaching the top of the screen. Chiptune says, if we get that bong, that's how you really do it. All right, so let's make our way. Let's go down again, and let's go to the left side and make our way on the side. I'm really looking forward to more video games. Oh, so wait, am I supposed to pick up? I'm going to avoid it. Last time I tried the bong, it didn't work. All right, and then can I jump? Oh, no way. You can. Springer can jump and attack on a platformer. That's pretty good. The jump you have is extremely committed, though. I'm just stuck to, you know, jumping here or jumping here. Just very similar to Kangaroo. But the kick is really nice. Looks like longer distance, and it's faster to respond. Quickly, get me out of here. Oh, that cloud's disappearing. Let's try this one over here. Fun. Yeah, so I'm getting the hang of it and having a good time. I mean, you can't go wrong with platformers. I still feel like when we first played Donkey Kong, the very first time, after everything we'd seen up to that point, Donkey Kong was so impressive. Oh, see, I pushed down, fell through the cloud. You got to be really, really careful with the way you move the joystick. So cool. Yeah, I think the vase is supposed to be avoided. And I'll still call this game a variant of Donkey Kong. They're all trying to copy most of them are trying to copy Donkey Kong, and this one does too. This is the 39th Donkey Kong game that we played thus far. No, go down. We'll go to the left side. And on the arcade, this is the 8th Donkey Kong clone up to this point. We're going to see this game ported to other systems later. It's going to be seen. This is popular. Springer, everyone should have heard before because he is going to be later on the Atari 2600, the Atari home computer, and the Commodore VIC-20. Oh, I made the wrong choice, right? Yeah, gotta go down. Fall through there. Make the crazy jump on this side. I'm really not sure what all the items are we're picking up. But it is fun to play. The kick mechanic works the way you'd expect. And you can jump. Look at that. Jump and kick. I don't believe I've had a jump kick ever in a video game. Is this the very first game that has a jump kick? Because when you think of platformers, Kangaroo was unique because we could punch or have some, you know, melee action. And then here, I'm jumping and kicking. And I think Springer is the very first. Oh, I should have jumped on the top there. Okay, I think I can make that one. So cool. All right, so of all the games you could play on all the arcade games up to this point, it really doesn't feel like, oh wait, they dropped something else. It does knock you off. Whatever it is they're dropping, I can't even tell what that is either. You have to avoid them. But this doesn't really feel like a classic Golden Age arcade game. You know, it's taken an homage from Donkey Kong, yes, but it just doesn't have the same feel of it. So looking over the chat, I already see some ratings being thrown out. We got a 2.5 star, 3.5, 3 stars, 2.5. Yeah, the control, while I was complaining about the up is jump, it's not as bad. You would get used to it, especially if you had the joystick in the arcade going for you. So still fun. The other thing I like about it is showing you the level and the round you're on in the top left, and that's pretty cool. That makes me want to continue on to see even more levels than this. How many levels does Springer have? And so that one, I would say, is giving it extra bonus points for other games in the arcade right now. Yeah, there we go. 3.5 stars. I see 3 from Brad, and 3 and 3.5. And then, yeah, Chiptune's giving it 3 stars because of no intro song. Oh, 3 stars because of the intro song. Yeah, it did have very good music with chords, by the way, which is nice. I'm thinking around 3.5. I don't know if I can go as high as 4 because it feels like there's something that's a little bit off about it, maybe. But and it's not as good as Kangaroo. But because of the ability to go, you know, round to round and go higher than that, and because it's rare to have a character that's like this in a video game for an arcade. Orca, this is one of the best ones you could play up to this point. Marshall's saying 3.5 too. Yeah, I'm saying 3.5. It's above average for all the games you could play in the arcade right now. You'd have enjoyment, you'd have fun. Not pushing as far as the other arcade games that you could be playing though. And it's in Japan. I'm expecting something crazy amazing. This is the best crazy amazing arcade game in Japan? I don't think so. All right, after that, let's see what our next game is. Oh my gosh, that sound means it's time for another Star Trek variant. I thought they'd stop by now. It's November 1982. This is Star Trek on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum by Gemini. Not to be confused with all the other Star Treks on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. All I got is a few screenshots for this one, so let's pop in Star Trek. Again, by Gemini, released at sometime in November 1982. Oh, bleeps and bloops. Bring it on. This is our 141st game we've played on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum, and it just goes right into it. All the commands are right there. Look at my tiny viewport in the top left. We've seen that before for Star Trek games. Look how tiny the Enterprise is. Can I see how many? We have 23 Klingons left? That's too many Klingons. There's our energy star date, and yeah, it is a Star Trek game. I don't think they're doing anything fancy. Let's go ahead and set our shields up. Chekhov. Oh, we have Chekhov here. Yes. I like when they do that. We have that many units of energy, Captain. Captain, what shield level do you require? Give me 300 shield. Shield us up. And then let's do long-range scan. Yep, giving us the long-range scan. Shows us where we are. We're quadrant 4-5, I think, yeah. Or 5-4 is where we are right now. So let's move over. It looks really busy over on 5-3. So let's move over there and see what happens. See if we get some Klingons to kill. Wait, what warp factor? I thought they asked us where we want to go. All right, I'll say warp factor 4. Ah, there we go. Course. I want to take course 8. Move us over. Yep. Oh, it has a little animation. Did it? Oh, okay. So it just moved us. Warp factor 4 means 4 tiles. So we haven't moved to the next quadrant. So do it again. Warp us again. Interesting. I didn't even think they were going to show the little animation at the top left. All right, so what warp factor? Let's go warp factor 4 again. Give me 8, so it's gonna, or darn, I moved the wrong way. You click the wrong button. Do it again. Navigate. What warp factor? 4. So you move 4 tiles and go 8. I want to go off the grid to the next screen. There it is. Emergency stop. We hit a star. Uh-oh. Okay, but there's nothing here in this quadrant. So there's really no Klingon still? All right, let's do it again. Navigate. Warp factor, let's do 8. So we can get off the screen and go up. Sulu asks where we're going. Will it be hyperdrive? Yes, yes it will. Hyperdrive us. And we're here and there's still no Klingons. We've had some really good luck lately with these Star Trek variants where there's really not any Klingons in the galaxy. You do have to spend a lot of time with these Star Trek games because they're meant to be strategy. You take a little bit of time to move throughout the galaxy. It was impressive in the 70s. Now in 1982, it's kind of a novelty, but right now we've seen so many. This one is our 65th Star Trek game so far. This is the first game we've ever seen by Gemini Software, but I mean, after so many Star Trek games, we're getting a little crazy about them. Yeah, and then everyone's saying, yeah, this might be basic, I see from the chat, but as usual, we're not going to be able to finish a Star Trek game here on Chronologically Gaming. We just don't have the time for that. We have played Star Trek games longer when we first started to see them, late 70s, early 80s, but of all the games you could play right now on all home computers, you would need to play it a lot longer, but I'd still say around the average range. I like the animation, little cutesy part of that we've seen in the top viewpoint, but I'll say 2.5 stars for everything right now on all home computers. Clearly, we played too much Star Trek. We don't need any more Star Trek. Oh my gosh, the next game is still Star Trek. Why? Stop. Please, everyone, stop making Star Trek games. Why would I know there were Trekkie fans out there, but you don't need to make this many Star Trek games. This is what happens whenever you do a show where you play every single video game. This is Star Trek by Program Power on the BBC Micro. Yet again, another Star Trek. This one I don't have the box for. All I have is a few screenshots for, so we're just going to pop in and play again. Star Trek by Richard M.P. Hansen, released at some time in November 1982. Whenever you got around to playing it. This one is our 44th game we played for the Acorn BBC Micro, the Beeb. And the 20th game we've seen by Program Power. They brought us games on the NASCOM. We've seen 5 games by this company on the NASCOM. Lumberjack, Moon Raider. On the Acorn Atom, we've seen 9 games so far that they've published. Demon Dungeon, Hyperfire, and Warlords. And here on the BBC Micro, this is Program Power's 13th game that they've published with games like Barrage and Laser Command. And Richard M.P. Hansen, this is the 9th time we've seen that developer. Way to go, Richard. He's done games like Alien Dropout, Centipede, and Galaxians. So he's done, or he's had the guts to make the video games named after the arcade game and done very well games. Okay, so there's our orders. Okay, we've heard this one before. Destroy the 15 Klingon warships before they can attack the Federation headquarters on Stardate 3400. You get 26 days, 1 star base in the galaxy. We'll hit return, and then we are in. Now, they aren't explaining what the commands are, but it's very similar to the command list we saw by IJK software on the BBC Micro, which means you have to type in 3 letters for each command. So, like, if I want to look at, put up my shields up, I got to do SHE for shields. And then how much do we want to send to shields? Notice that this is even older school Star Trek where no one on the Enterprise is talking to us. We don't have Chekhov telling us how much energy. Sulu's not going to talk to us, which makes us feel just very lonely in the galaxy. How many energy do we want? 500. Put them all at shields. There we go. And then let's do long range scan. What do we got around us? Looks like we are at 1. Okay, so above us we have some stuff up there. Let's go ahead and head up there. We'll do navigation. So you got to type in 3 letters, which is in a way a little cumbersome because we play Star Trek games where you just type one thing like we just saw on the ZX Spectrum. How much Star Trek, though, can we take? At some point, you have to realize that before 1982, here on Chronologically Gaming, we actually didn't go through every database of every system of every game. I was just hitting highlights of games. This year, 1982, is when I was combing databases and finding every single game so that no game was left behind, which means there are Star Trek games, obviously, that we haven't seen yet. This one is the this one is the 66th Star Trek game that we've seen so far. 66, but that's what we've seen on Chronologically Gaming. out in the wild, there might even be hundreds of Star Trek games. It blows the mind. All right, so what course do we want to take? Let's go, I believe it'll be 2. And then warp factor 8. I want to fly. Our little Enterprise, though, is conditioned green. Look, we're an asterisk just like the other stars. You can't even tell which ones are Klingons. Can I fight someone, please? The last few Star Trek games have had no Klingons anywhere. All right, let's do it again. Long-range scan. Where are the Klingons? Okay, we're there. Maybe they're to the left. We can try it that way. Let's do it again. Navigation. And course number should be 1, 2, 3. It'd be 9, right? No, it should be 8. And then warp factor 6. Go! Do we hit a star? I think we did. Darn. So I really was expecting more from Richard M.P. Hansen for this release because of all the other games we've seen. But this one is very bare bones with a Star Trek game. But to tell you the truth, most Star Trek games, you're not really going to get super impressive from everything that's out there. Oh gosh, Errol's saying there might be 300 Star Trek games. Now, are you talking, Errol, that right now in November 1982, there's already 300 Star Trek games? Or you're just saying in general, what we hope to see on this show, we'll play eventually 300 Star Trek games. All right, there you go. That's all I'm going to play of Star Trek by Program Power on the BBC Micro. You can get the idea. It's just like the other games we've seen thus far. I'd say this one is actually around the same range as what we just played because, I mean, at some point, when am I going to actually call these games bad? Because there's just so many of them. You obviously wouldn't play every single Star Trek game. We just are very spoiled here. We play everything. So looking in the chat, I see Jeremiah throwing out 2.5. Yeah, I'll say 2.5 too, because it's still around the average range. There's just a lot of Star Trek games that are out there. All right, after that game, please, everyone cross your fingers and toes. The next game is not Star Trek. Okay, good, it's not. Our next video game is Star Bowl Football, released for the Atari home computer. Let's play some football. Here's the box for Star Bowl Football. Yes, very refreshing after the other games we've seen. This is the 410th game we've seen for the Atari home computer thus far on Chronologically Gaming. It is football, no denying it. American football, here we go. And if you look at the bottom icon, it's GameStar. This is the very first time we've seen anything by GameStar. Right around the corner, we're about to see another game that they did called Baja Buggies. It's coming up. Let's flip it over in the back. Ooh, by Dan Ergren and Scott Orr. Way to go, Dan and Scott. This is the first time we've seen this duo. It is for 1 or 2 players, and it takes one look to see the incredible realism of Star Bowl Football by GameStar. Animated players so lifelike, they actually think. That's pretty good marketing. You can see we need the 2 Atari VCS joysticks to play it. Oh, Errol, you've seen this one? This football game is a fun one? Yeah, I like how the back is boasting, and we've seen marketing for video games boast about how good they are, but we'll have to pop in and play this for sure. All right, what other artwork do we have for Star Bowl Football? Nice. We played a lot of football here on Chronologically Gaming. This is the 25th time we've played football, American football, on any video game. And Atari football, we played in the arcade, which was exceptional, even though you were playing as X's and O's. And we played 9 football games on home consoles, and this is the 9th football game for home computers that we've seen thus far. There's not a whole lot of football. So here's the ad you would have seen. This Sunday, you can play football against your Atari. And in fact, you don't have to play on Sunday. You can play any day you want. There's a cassette tape we'll pop into play to play Star Bowl Football with an example of the screenshot. And we have the manual. I want to know how to be a star in Star Bowl Football. Here's the official playbook. Oh, nice. And Paul's saying best of all time. Well, I got really high hopes for this then. Congratulations, your team's been selected to play in the prestigious Star Bowl. You'll be challenged by an all-star computer team or a human opponent for... Whoa, hold the phone. This is football where you can play against the computer? I know they said that on the box, but the manual's saying that too. That's big. That's really big if that's the case. All right, so it explains how to load the cassette right here and the disc if you got that version. No cartridge version for this one. And the warm-ups is the option select key on your Atari home computer. There's our joystick. Oh, right, we can play with the Atari VCS joystick. Moving around, and then the red button. It doesn't say there what it's for, but I bet it's for throwing, catching, and so forth. As in real football, the goal is to outscore the opponent. Beat the computer team by 14 or more points. You consider yourself a Star Bowl All-Star. You do the kickoff. It explains you form a G formation. Kicker will place the ball down, and you press the red button on the joystick to kick. Easy peasy. and then it explains what the tackles and fumbles are like. There's the scoreboard. It shows you the ball possession indicator. Wow. So already I'm getting vibes of one of the best football games we ever played, which was on the Astrocade for home consoles. So this one is already giving me the vibes of that kind of presentation. It breaks down the quarters, 4 15-minute quarters per game. Really? It's got the downs, to-goes, timeouts, 30-second play clock, game clock. It even has messages indicating the touchdowns. It has play calls. Wait, what? You have 196 play possibilities in this? Whoa. This is big. I thought we weren't going to see games that were this complex for sports games until we saw like Electronic Arts and stuff. This is awesome. So on the offense, there's your controls for pass patterns. You actually, you use the joystick and you move the joystick in the way to do your plays. Same thing for block assignments. Whoa, you break down each one. And this is going to tell you what your plays do. So cool. So yeah, you really should have the manual if you're going to be playing the game, because this is very, very in-depth for a football game, especially here in November 1982. And then for the defense, same thing. You use the joystick to match your play. Well, I'm going to get 2 joysticks ready because I don't know if I want to play against the computer. I'm a little scared. I don't think we played a football game against the computer here on Chronologically Gaming. And then there's the plays for the offense. And we have hiking, passing, catching, interceptions. You have to run. Okay, so wait, what does it say about passing? If you want to pass, you have to press the red button to raise your quarterback's arm, release the red button to throw the ball. The football automatically go to the eligible receiver. The pass will be incomplete unless you catch it by pressing the red button. Okay, so pressing it and then releasing it to throw. So he holds his arm up while you're holding the red button down. And then we got field goals and punts. Yeah, everything for football. This is intense. Especially, look how long the manual is. You can even send your score in. Look at that. Just like whenever you do with Activision patches, you get an all-star membership card signifying your accomplishment. So cool. Did anybody get that? And there's some special features down in the bottom, the different skill levels, timeouts. Whoa, you have the space bar to do that. Okay, and then we got some tips as well. Wow, this is very polished, at least the manual. All right, sounds good on the manual. How does the gameplay? Let's pop in Star Bowl Football by GameStar, released at some time in November 1982. So football games have been kind of hit and miss. We played text-only football games, and we played some football, at least for home computers. It's been all over the place. We played football on the Texas Instruments 99 home computer, which was the... Whoa, we got music. Oh, yes. Wow, well done. They even have that too. So that's already a notch above any other football on the computer. The Texas Instruments one had you controlling football helmets moving around. Then we played Commodore PET football, which was just text. We played football on the Coco, which was really, really tiny characters. We played Cosmic Super Bowl on the Coco, which was kind of like the electronic football, the one that was by Mattel. Then we played Computer Quarterback, which was more of a strategy style game. Here on the Atari home computer, this is the 4th game of football that we played. Games like Cypher Bowl and Gridiron Glory, but those games aren't this big. Maybe Cypher Bowl would be closer to this, but the characters and the amount of players on your team wasn't very many. Wow, so already I'm impressed just by hearing music. Okay, so if you look at the top of the screen, I can switch between college or pro. There is no in between, and then you can select between 1 or 2 players, and if you push start, it starts the kickoff. I'm going to start with a 1 player against the computer just to see what it's like, because every other football we played up to this point has been against a human. You had to have someone else to play with you, right? All right, so here we go. Ready? And let's do it. Whoa. This is 6 per side. Man, this is good. It feels like I'm about to play football. Hear the crowd in the background? We heard sounds like that on the Bally Astrocade. Whoa. Yeah, chipped in the 2 variants is a nice touch too. All right, here we go. Hitting the red button and going. So I'm starting off. I am the red team. Computer is playing as the blue team on college difficulty. Here he goes. Is he running? He is running. Oh, and I have control of the red players right here. Knock him out. Okay, we got him. Now, whenever it's our turn, it looks like that I'll be deciding the plays based on how I move the joystick. Obviously have no idea how the computer would pick their plays, but if you played with someone else, you'd be able to have their plays picked too. Okay, here we go. Making my selection. All right, let's do this. And, oh, I'm on defense. Sorry. No, no, no. I'm on intercept. No! He got the pass. I think I was supposed to hit the red button. I was hoping it was automatic, but nope. He's made he's going all the way. Someone stop him. I think he's gonna get the touchdown. This is blowing my mind to play against the computer because to have a computer control the other team is so new. Is he doing his touchdown dance? All right, that means we got to start all the way on this side. Man, I really thought I had the interception. It's amazing. Yeah, he was gone. All right, let's do it. Going for 2-point conversion, I think. Oh, no, they did the field goal. All right, so they did their field goal. They're hitting up 10 right now. Or no, 7. They got their 7, and then now we're going up next. But the other thing that's impressive is the way this is scrolling around. They said in the manual it's like you would see on television, and it's true. This is really, really amazing to see for a video game. I'm very impressed by this. Wow. All right, hit it. Wow, and this is it. I'm going for the catch. Am I controlling? Okay, I can wiggle him how I want to, but I'm not going to. All right, here we go. I'm making it. Special teams go in. Oh, he got us on the first try. Not too much I could do, but cool that it started that way. Okay, so now I'm going to pick my play. Make my way down to the end zone. Here we go. Wow. Very, very cool to see all this on the screen. Okay, so picking my play now. And now I'm quarterback. Here we go. Oh, he didn't throw it. I let go, and he didn't. Oh, there must have been no one eligible to throw to. So the quarterback just had to rush it. Okay, let's try it again. We'll try the same play and hit it. Make it over there. I got to wait until this guy. No! Oh, man. I can't believe I'm playing against the computer. Every other time we played any football games on Chronologically Gaming, we have to had a second controller and either a guest on the show or I was controlling both sides. So cool. Yes. Yes, Chronosoft, if you have never played American football, yeah, you have no idea what's going on. It's going to be like when we start playing cricket. I'll have no idea. Oh, nope. At least we made a few yards, but not too many. This would be 4th down, so you got to do something spectacular, guys. Wow, yeah. 2 players would be great because you'd be having to experience and figure it out yourself. He's not throwing. Oh. He didn't throw to it. I don't think anyone was available or open. You have to make sure that they're open. But I have full control of the quarterback. Ready? Now they got the ball, and now let's see if I can go for this interception. Get it. No. Okay, at least they got that one. Sweet. So this one has so much going for it. The presentation for this game is through the roof for just video games in general. Now, sports games may not be your cup of tea, but we do acknowledge every genre here on Chronologically Gaming, and this is just an amazing feat that this exists. So far, I would say this is the best football that you could play on any home computer right now. Bally Astrocade would still be the best way to play football on any home console, but this... I was expecting this around 1983, maybe 84. I hope this gets ported to other places because the only other thing that we could compare to this is a game that's just around the corner we haven't seen yet, and that's Real Sports Football. But it's not out yet. We haven't seen it yet. Around December, but then the only thing that can compare to that is the Real Sports Football on the Atari 5200, which that one's not going to be out until 1983. Yeah. It's amazing. Someone said I'm playing better than the Chiefs. Okay, thanks so much. Yeah, notice there's no licenses like they had on the Intellivision. We're not playing as popular sports teams or players or any of that stuff. You're just playing red versus blue, the way it should be. So of all the games you could play across all home computers, I am very impressed. So looking over the chat, I got Paul throwing out 4.5 stars. Very nice. Mike saying at least 4. Jeremiah 4. 5 star from James. Wow, that's really high ratings. Yeah. M. Tisky saying 4.5. and it's 4 stars, so way above average. No one's saying any of the averages or average range for the ratings for all the games across all home computers right now, and I got to contest. I would say this is one of the best games you could play on any home computer all over the world right now. Star Bowl football is excellent. I don't know if I can go as high as saying 5, because the way that the game's controlled for like passing and throwing does take a little bit of time to get used to. There's a learning curve there, but I'll still say very impressive. 4.5 stars for Star Bowl football. Go, go, go. That's some good football. All right, that's where we got to put our video game playing on pause. Thanks again, everyone, joining me here for the live show. I see you over there. Thanks so much for being here, putting out the ratings. It's great having you. And if you didn't make the live show, just send your comments down below in the video. So what we've done on Chronologically Gaming, like I mentioned, we went back to for 1982, and we're very, very meticulous about getting every single video game. Now that we've moved from 1982, we're about to go to 1983, what I'm going to be doing is playing all the video games that we missed before we get to 1983. So I'm going to start doing videos, what I consider the backlog, where we're going to be catching up and making sure we've amassed and played everything and seen everything up to 1982 before we get to 1983. All right, so hang with me and bear with me, which means we might see some more Star Trek games. Yikes. So next time on Chronologically Gaming, Missile Command, but not what you think. Commanding subs on our Sears telegame system, whatever that is, and we will play what is quite possibly the best way to play Scramble Clone on any home computer. That's it for today, and like I always say, start collecting all the cute animals now for mascot platformers. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.